Guys, this is Rosa Kelly. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here with part 2 of my Stamperia Little Girl mini album. This is a design team project for JS Hobbies and Crafts. As you already know, I have the link and all the supplies that we are using on the description box below. So on the first part, we worked together on the binding, the hinges as you can see, and then we did this beautiful cover and we created the shaker. So I went ahead and created a couple more shakers using the same techniques just to follow to save a little bit of time. And also, since we did this circle cutout here, this is from the collection. I just used one of my dies that kind of was the same size, and then I used a larger one on this gold cardstock. I went ahead and did the same thing here on some of the cutouts just to save a little time again. So look how cute this look. I just love that, and they turn out super cute. So I'm gonna be including these throughout the tutorial. I just want to quickly show you how many I did and which ones I did. I was just on the zone cutting and gluing. Oh, and then for these ones, I went ahead and used the Distress ink. Let me grab it. Victorian Velvet, and I did share this with you on the whole video, but on the part 1 video, I totally forgot to use it. So you will see the difference here on this cut apart. You kind of can see the whites. I don't know if you can see the whites around the cardstock because my die wasn't exactly the size of this circle, but for the other ones like this one, I went ahead and ink, and you can see the difference. I mean, I really like the definition. So that is what I'm going to be including, and the shakers. So now let's go ahead and start creating the pages. So for the pages, we are going to need 3 pieces of 10 by 8 1/4. And then we're going to need 3 pieces of 10 by 9 1/4. And we are going to score these pieces on the 9 1/4 inch side at 1/2 inch. And then we are also going to do 8 3/4. Okay, so we're gonna do the same for these 3 pieces here. So then we're going to fold along the score lines, and we're going to add double-sided tape on each one of these 1/2 inch flaps. So I'm just gonna do the same for all 3 pages. So then we're going to take off a little section of the double-sided tape, and we're going to grab the smaller page, the one that measures 8 1/4 by 10 inches, and we are just going to match the corners right there, and then we're gonna press down on that sticky side and take off the tape. And then I'm just going to take off the tape here on these other sides. I'm just gonna take that all the way out, and that's how we're gonna make the base pages. So there you go. Now I have the 3 base pages ready, and we are going to work on one at a time. So I'm going to need 2 pieces of 6 inches by 10 inches, and we are going to score these 2 pieces at 1/2 inch along the 6 inches. So I'm just going to do 1/2 inch and 1/2 inch here, and then we're going to fold along the score lines, and we are going to add one on the top and one on the bottom. I'm just gonna use some glue to add these pieces. You can definitely use your double-sided tape as well. I just think this is a little bit faster. So I'm just going to line up the corners on the bottom at this piece, and then I'm going to do the same on the top. So I am just going to again line this up right there like that. So then I'm going to need 2 pieces of 8 by 10, and I'm going to score these pieces along the 10 inch side. Let me move this one there at 1/2 inch. Okay, and we are going to do both pieces, just like that. And then we're going to fold along the score lines, and we're gonna add these on the inside of the page. So I'm just gonna fold these two first, press down, and then I'm going to bring back the base. I'm gonna open this up and down, and then we are going to put one on each side. And I'm doing this with a lot of large layouts because, you know, typically on these type of occasions we have a lot of pictures with the family. Sometimes we even have maybe just large pictures if you went to like a photo studio and you want to display those here. So that's why I like to make large areas for pictures here. So I'm just gonna add this other one right on that other side, and make sure that you are still gonna be able to close the top and the bottom without any problem. So now for this page I want to use the first shaker that I did. Now as you notice, I did one shaker on the little girl and I did one on the bigger girl. So this is going to be kind of like the opening of the baptism, and then I'm gonna do this one later on for the first communion. So what I'm going to do here is first I'm gonna cover these two pieces with paper, and then we're going to add this on the center. Okay, so I'm gonna be using this page design, and I am going to be inking everything using that Victorian velvet ink. And I'm just gonna go all around the side to give it a little bit more of depth and definition to the design here. Okay, so this piece was cut at 9 3/4 by 5 1/4, and it's gonna be the same for both. So I'm just gonna glue the one on the top first. And I'm not adding a magnet on this page because the weight of the shaker is just gonna hold everything down. Okay, so I'm just gonna glue that one there, open that up, and I'm going to glue this one. There you go. Just like that. And here in between, at the end of this page, I'm going to be adding some more of my beautiful lace, and I just really love it. It goes perfect with the paper collection. So I'm just gonna cut this right there and just use my glue. I'm using fabric tag glue for all of my ribbons. And then I am using the art glitter glue for everything that is paper. Also the shaker, the acetate and all that, I did with the art glitter glue. And you can also find this glue on the website as well. Okay, so now that I have that, I'm going to glue these down here. And make sure that you only glue the top part, so this right here, don't glue everything down. And I am just going to start kind of right on this side and just glue everything up on top. Okay, so just gonna put this piece right here on the center. Looks so cute. There you go. Okay, and then on the inside, I'm just going to leave this blank for now. I'm going to decorate this as I go, but I do want to add this beautiful page here on the back. And then for the sides, I'm just gonna do those at the end and see how much paper I have to work with, and if I have to complement with some pink cardstock, maybe I can do that. And also I have a lot of pictures from my kids' baptisms, so I'll probably just cover everything with pictures first so the book is not too bulky. Okay, so now let's work on the back side. For this side I cut two pieces. One measures 8 1/4 by 5 and the other one is 8 1/4 by 10, and we are going to score both of these pieces at 1/2 inch. So I'm just gonna place my scoreboard right here. We're going to do 1/2 inch along the 5 inches and 1/2 inch along the 10 inches. And I'm going to fold along the score lines. We're just gonna fold right here like so on both pieces. And then I'm going to bring back my base. Make sure you have your right side up, and I'm going to place this piece on the right side. So let me just open up my glue here. So I'm just gonna add one on each side. So I'm going to do the large one on the right. I'm just gonna line this up right here like this. Okay, and then I'm going to, oops, I think I moved this. There you go. And that's the good thing about glue, right? You can adjust that if you need to. Okay, and then I'm going to open this up, and I'm now going to add the smaller piece on the side. And I cut this piece this size because I want to use the leftover piece that we had from the cover, this little piece right here, and this measures 4 inches. So I'm just gonna cut this up at 8 inches. So there you go, I have this piece, and I am going to ink on the side as well. Just gonna do this really quick. And then I also went ahead and cut a piece of the gold foil paper. I cut this little piece at 8 by a 1/4 inch, no, I'm sorry, a 1/2 inch, and I'm just gonna glue this here on the side to have that gold edge on this page. So I'm just gonna glue this one. Oops. Just gonna glue this one first, and we're just gonna put this right there like so. Okay, and then I'm going to add this piece on top, and I'm just gonna glue it down. Okay, so I'm just going to add this piece right here like so, and there you go. So now we have this side opening page, and this is also going to open this way. So I am going to add a magnet on this side, that way it can stay closed. So I'm just going to do one here. Oh, there you go. I'm just gonna do one right there, and then, oops, I think I grabbed the wrong one. This right there, and I'm going to take off this little sticky side, and we're just gonna close this down, and there you go. So now I'm going to cover this up with my design paper. Okay, so I have this page. I also went ahead and ink all around, and before I glue this down, I'm going to add this piece. Now this piece I'm just gonna add using a little brad, so we're gonna make this a spin, and it's gonna be a little closure here as well. But what I want to make sure is I have it on the right position so it's not touching this page, so we have plenty of room. And I think right here will be a good place. So I'm gonna hold these two together, and I'm just going to poke a little hole right there. Okay, and now I'm just going to add the brad, and I'm using gold brads as well. And then I'm just gonna go on the back and close this. Okay, and now we're ready to glue this page down. So I am just going to add glue all over this, and let's go ahead and add this page just right there, like so. There you go. So that's gonna close like this, and this is gonna spin around. So we are going to be adding a little feature in there. So I'm going to use a piece of 8.5 by 4 1/4, and we're just going to fold this right on half, just like this. And then I'm going to cover this up with a piece of 4 by 4. I'm going to ink this around first really quick. I'm just gonna go all over, and this is going to be an area for a picture, of course, and it's also going to open up so we can add a couple more pictures inside as well. So I'm just gonna glue these down. Okay, and then I'm going to see where I'm going to put this, because I want to make sure that is center with my circle. So it's going to be right there. I'm going to just add some glue, and again I'm just going to add this on there, make sure it's center, and there you go. So then we're gonna open this up like this, and we have 2 areas for pictures and 1 more right there, and this is gonna hold that little feature together. And then when we open this up, we have all of these areas for pictures as well. So now we're gonna move on to the next page, and that's going to be page number 3 and 4. I'm gonna put this aside for now. For this page, I'm going to need a piece of 7.5 by 10 inches, and I'm going to score at 1/2 inch along 7.5, and then I'm going to need a piece of 6 inches by 10 inches again, and I'm going to score 1/2 inch along the 6 inches. I'm going to add the large piece on the top of the page. I'm just gonna add my glue right here, and we're just gonna line this up just like that. And then I'm going to do the smaller piece on the bottom. And for this page, I'm also going to be using these circles, and I'm going to add 1 on the bottom, and this is going to be the closure for this flap up there. So for this one, I went ahead and cut a piece of cardstock, and I'm just going to add this right here. Now we're gonna do the same thing with it on the other page, and I'm just going to poke a hole. Oh, here it is. I'm just gonna poke a little hole right here. I'm gonna put it on the center of this little heart, and I'm going to add the brads right there. Close that up just like this, and then I'm going to glue this section down right here like so. And then we are going to open this up. We're gonna close this and make sure that you have enough clearance. So I think I'm gonna have to trim this a little bit. Okay, so I went ahead and trimmed this a little bit. I guess I miscalculated that, but just make sure that yours can spin in and out. And now I'm just going to glue this piece right here just like that. I'm just gonna add that right there like so, and I'm going to just glue another one for decoration. So this one is gonna spin as a closure, but this one I'm just simply going to glue down. So I'm just gonna add that right here like that, and that looks so really cute. I love that image. Now I'm going to come back and embellish this using some little flowers at the end, but right now let's go ahead and work on the back piece. So for this page I am going to be using this image here. Now on this page I'm going to start the First Communion side. So from here on it's going to be First Communion, and before was the baptism. Also we're gonna do baptism on the inside front cover. So on this page I want to do a waterfall on the side. So to prepare for that I have this little piece. This piece measures 5 3/4 by 2 1/4, and I'm just going to score at 1/2 inch. And I picked this size just because I'm using one of my scrap pieces of paper that I think it's going to fit right here on the center really good, and you can use any scrap piece that you have. I'm also going to be using one of these circle pieces that I have to cover that up. So the first thing that I'm going to do is add this section here. So I'm just gonna fold this along the score line, and I'm going to glue this down before I add this page, but I kind of want to see where I'm putting this. I don't want to cover that girl, and then also when I add this I want this to be kind of on the center, on this left center, if that makes any sense. So I'm just gonna put it right there like so, and as long as I have that piece I am ready to glue this piece down. So I'm just gonna glue all of these. Okay, and there you go. Okay, and then for this piece here, the first thing that I want to do is cover that using some gold cardstock, and I think I have a little piece of scrap. Oh, there you go. So I have a little piece right there, which I am going to cut right at this point. Okay, so here's this piece. Before I glue this down, I'm going to add a magnet right there, because this is going to hold our little waterfall together. And then I'm just going to cover this up. I'm going to use some gold, and then I'm going to add the cardstock as well. So I'm just gonna make sure this is glued down. There you go. And then we're gonna add this small little piece. Just gonna glue this right on top, just like that. And then we're gonna add the bubble piece right there like that. So I'm just gonna add some glue. Okay, and then I'm going to use 4 pieces of 4 1/4 by 6, and these are going to be my waterfall pieces. So I'm going to score at 1/2 inch along 6 inches for all these 4 pieces here, just like that. And then I have one more. And then we're going to fold along the score lines and just start building our waterfall. So I'm going to just press this down. And so the first one, it's very important because you want to make sure that you are centered here on this section. So it's gonna be right there. I'm just gonna add my glue. And again, I'm going to make sure that this is center, and then I'm just gonna glue this first piece down, just like so. Okay, and then we're gonna open this up and open that up, and we're just going to continue building the waterfall. So I'm just gonna add some glue and add this piece right below. I always close it to make sure they are even, and then we're gonna add the next one. Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna put this one down, and then I'm going to do one more piece. So open that up and put that piece right there, and there you go. So now what we're gonna do is add the other magnet on the back of that piece right there, as you can see, and we're gonna take off this little sticky piece, and we're just gonna close this right there, and that is where our magnet is going to land, on that side. And then we can go ahead and cover this up with some paper. So there you go. I'm just gonna use one of these pieces from my scraps, and I'm just gonna add that right there like so. And I think that looks really cute. And finally, I'm going to be adding some lace right up there. I'm just gonna place this right there like so. And we are done with this space. So there we go. We are done with the first two signatures. I really love how this book is coming along. This collection is so adorable. Oh my goodness, so cute. I can't wait to see it all finished up. But I think for today we are at a good stopping point. I hope that you guys are enjoying the tutorial. I hope that you are giving it a try. I'm gonna have the link to the store on the description box down below, and I'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.